an icon on screen, remembering the legacy of Bruce Willis, a figure who has inspired millions around the world with his extraordinary dedication and talent. For decades, Bruce Willis defined the action hero, smart, tough, and relatable. He became a symbol of courage and resilience, bringing action-packed characters to the big screen with his unique, unmatched style. As John McClane in the legendary film Die Hard, he played an ordinary cop caught in an extraordinary situation, facing danger with wit and down-to-earth humor. The character of McClane became iconic because of his humanity, not just a superhero, but someone who could fail, get hurt, and still rise against all odds. But Bruce was more than just an action star. His roles in Pulp Fiction and The Sixth Sense showed his dramatic depth. He was able to convey strong emotions, making audiences feel tension, sadness, and hope through every role he played. The variety of characters he played proved that Bruce was a versatile actor, never afraid to take on new challenges. He first captivated audiences in the series Moonlighting, where his charisma and humor quickly made him a household name. His chemistry with Sybil Shepherd became one of the main attractions, and from then on, his career continued to soar. His career is a collection of unforgettable moments, each role connecting him with millions of fans worldwide. He always gave his best, whether in action films, dramas, or comedies. Now, at 70, Bruce faces a new personal struggle, supported by the unwavering love of his family. They are always by his side, providing strength and encouragement every step of his life. Bruce's legacy lives on, not just in films, but also in the strength and courage he shows off-screen. He has inspired many people to never give up, and his life story will always be remembered as a symbol of resilience and true dedication. The Unseen Battle, a diagnosis of frontotemporal dementia. Behind the spotlight and glamour of the entertainment world, there's a much quieter and more challenging story. A diagnosis of frontotemporal dementia, or FTD, isn't just a medical label. It's the start of a life-changing journey, both for the person affected and their family. In 2023, Bruce Willis's family shared with the public that he was suffering from FTD after previously struggling with aphasia. This announcement surprised many, as Bruce was known as a strong and energetic figure on the big screen. However, behind the scenes, his family had long been witnessing gradual but definite changes. FTD is a rare and progressive disease that affects parts of the brain that control personality, behavior, and language. This disease slowly erodes the core of who a person is, making the patient and family adapt to a new reality full of uncertainty. Unlike Alzheimer's, the early symptoms of FTD are often not memory loss, but rather changes in character, emotions, and communication skills. This often leads to a delayed diagnosis, as these changes are often mistaken for psychological problems or ordinary stress. For Bruce, whose career was built on expression, wit, and communication skills, this diagnosis was heartbreaking. He had to face the reality that the abilities that had been his identity were slowly fading. To this day, there is no cure for FTD. This disease gradually erodes a person's ability to connect with loved ones, creating an emotional distance that is difficult to bridge, even amidst family warmth. The openness of the Willis family in sharing their journey has brought much-needed attention to FTD. They provide a voice and hope for many other families facing similar challenges, often in silence. Their courage to share Bruce's story has fostered greater understanding, empathy, and compassion in society. This story reminds us that behind every diagnosis, there is a family struggling together. The Willis family's story now stands as a beacon of hope and solidarity for other families navigating the same difficult path, reminding us that no one is truly alone in facing FTD. A wife's voice, EmmaHemingWillis speaks. In recent months, Emma has become an important voice in the fight against FTD, sharing her story with a bravery and honesty rarely seen in public. In a touching interview, EmmaHemingWillis described the daily reality of life with Bruce's FTD. She shared how every day brings new challenges and how difficult it is to adjust to the constant changes. She talked about the pain of seeing Bruce's personality fade, even though he remained physically present. Emma expressed how hard it was to watch a loved one slowly change and how she had to find strength within herself to stay strong. Emma's honesty about her sadness and gratitude was very touching. She is determined to keep Bruce safe, loved, and dignified. She emphasized the importance of giving unconditional love, even when the situation feels very difficult. Her appearance on a special ABC show was a significant moment, where Emma spoke openly about the challenges faced by caregivers. She hopes that by sharing her story, she can raise awareness and support for caregivers around the world who often feel isolated and invisible. Emma admitted that her first instinct was to withdraw, but she chose to speak out, hoping to help others feel less alone. She wants to show that it's okay to feel vulnerable, and that seeking help is a form of strength, not weakness. By sharing her story, she has become a strong advocate for caregivers, validating their struggles and emotions. Emma is now actively involved in various support communities, giving hope and inspiration to many families. Her openness about the impact on her own mental health and her daughter's has inspired many people. Emma emphasized the importance of maintaining emotional balance, both for herself and her children, in the midst of a stressful situation. Emma's voice is not just for Bruce, but for every family facing the challenges of dementia. She encourages everyone to support each other, share their stories, and never feel alone on this journey. A new language of love, adapting communication. As Bruce's language skills faded, his family learned to connect in new, nonverbal ways. Touch, shared silence, and simply being there became their language. They cherish the short moments when the old Bruce shines through. A laugh, a sparkle in his eyes, a familiar grin. These glimpses are a reminder of the man they love, fueling their strength. Their daughters, Mabel and Evelyn, are learning love and presence beyond words. The Willis family's journey shows that love can adapt, and connections can grow even when words are gone. They prove that the language of the heart stays forever, even as the mind changes. EmmaHemingWillis has been very open about how hard it is to be a caregiver. She felt swamped after Bruce's diagnosis. She struggled with feeling alone and tired, and she didn't take care of herself. Things changed when her stepdaughter, Scout, told her to get help. Emma bravely faced her sadness. She realized she couldn't take care of Bruce or their kids if she didn't take care of herself first. The family moved Bruce home with professional caregivers. This was a decision made out of love and necessity. This let Emma focus on being a wife and mum instead of just a caregiver. Emma's story is an important reminder. Asking for help is a sign of strength, not weakness. Emma's journey shows that taking care of yourself is super important for any caregiver. Driven by her experience, Emma released her first book. This book is both a memoir and a guide, offering support and practical advice for caregivers. Emma shares her struggles and triumphs, hoping to help others feel less alone. She aims to create a community for those navigating the challenges of dementia. This book is an extension of her advocacy, a resource for families facing similar struggles. By sharing her story, Emma honors Bruce's legacy and builds her own. It is a beacon of hope for caregivers everywhere. Even as the dementia got worse, the Willis family held on to moments of happiness. Bruce's laughter, the sparkle in his eyes, or his special grin were precious reminders of his spirit. These short moments were like anchors, keeping the family connected to the man they loved. These moments gave them hope and strength, balancing the tough daily challenges of caregiving. For Emma and their daughters, these connections were a deep gift. Their story teaches us to look for the good, even when things are hard, and to hold on to hope, no matter how small it seems. Love and connection can shine bright, even in the darkest times. One of the most inspiring aspects of Bruce's journey has been the unity of his blended family. Emma, their daughters, Demi Moore, and Bruce's older children have all come together to support him. Past differences were set aside. Love and care for Bruce became the main focus. This united front ensured no one bore the burden alone, creating a strong support network. Their public unity sent a powerful message about the strength of family in all its forms. They showed that affection and togetherness can overcome even the toughest challenges. The Willis family's bond is a legacy of love and resilience. Sharing their story is an act of bravery, turning private pain into public advocacy. Emma's openness breaks the stigma around dementia, giving a voice to caregivers everywhere. Their journey brings awareness to FTD, encouraging understanding and support for research. Personal stories like theirs shift the conversation from numbers to real lives. Emma's advocacy offers hope and guidance for families just starting their journey. The Willis family's legacy is now one of courage, love, and community strength. Their story is a call to action, support, understand, and never let anyone face dementia alone.